Do you remember the last time you stood in a place that felt like home? The words echo in Mary Barrett's mind as she pushes open the heavy glass door of Sugar Willow Bakery on Oak Avenue in Cedar Grove, Ohio. The bell above her head rings hollowly, like the final call before a ship vanishes beneath the waves. Inside, row upon row of pastries sit untouched, frosting dimmed by dust, ovens as cold as winter's first frost. Mary's chest tightens with every step she takes, her footsteps stirring quiet echoes off the worn checkered floor. The faint scent of sugar lingers in the air, a ghost of happier mornings when laughter and the clatter of coffee cups filled this small sanctuary. Now, hope seems no more than a crumb that her trembling hands struggle to hold. She clears her throat and arranges a fresh tray of cinnamon rolls her grandmother's secret recipe, kneaded with flour and memories. Each roll bears the weight of her family's history. Her grandmother, Rose Barrett, launching the bakery after World War II, and Mary's own youthful dreams stirred into every swirl of dough. Mary forces a small smile as gray dawn light filters through the front window. She sets the tray by the door, praying someone, anyone, will stop and taste that sweetness before it's gone forever. Hours pass without a single customer. Her smartphone vibrates on the counter, lighting up with a simple message: "Meet me at dawn, Evelyn." Evelyn Grant, the retired teacher from Cedar Grove Elementary who once guided Mary through algebra equations and Shakespearean sonnets, had been absent from Mary's life for over 20 years. Now she offers not just a note, but a spark of something Mary thought she lost: belief. Mary clutches the scrap of paper, knuckles white, as she stares at the empty storefronts lining Oak Avenue, each one a silent testament to dreams deferred. The line between stubborn hope and desperate denial blurs with every heartbeat. That evening, Mary sits at her grandmother's weathered Oak Avenue table, candlelight flickering across faded photographs, a young Evelyn at the front of a sunlit classroom, chalk in hand, Rose kneading dough beside fresh bouquets of daisies, Mary at age 6, flour smeared and giggling. The room hums with memory, and tears gather at the edges of Mary's vision. She knows she cannot let Sugar Willow become just another shuttered storefront in Cedar Grove. Deep inside, a part of her still believes in second chances. As darkness falls, she lifts her gaze to the ticking clock and inhales a breath cold with fear and longing. Tomorrow, she will stand before Evelyn again. Tomorrow, she will decide whether to fight or let the bakery fade from memory. Can your heart still hope when all the lights go out? Mary arrives at dawn, the frosted pavement of Oak Avenue crunching beneath her boots. Evelyn stands beneath the amber glow of the street lamp, hands tucked into the pockets of her wool coat, a canvas tote at her feet. She wears a gentle smile that doesn't hide the lines of loss on her face, lines carved by years of guiding restless students through their own storms. Mary approaches, nerves coiling tight in her stomach, and in that moment, she recognizes something unwavering in Evelyn's posture, a resolve that no hardship could dim. Evelyn unfurls a blueprint of revival, sketched on grid paper from the Cedar Grove Public Library. It details weekend baking classes for children who missed summer camp, poetry readings under the string lights in the parking lot behind the bakery, and partnerships with Larkin Family Farms for fresh eggs and strawberries. She points to each idea with quiet assurance, her voice the steady current that courses through Mary's panic. Each suggestion feels like a lifeline thrown across churning waters. Mary's doubts rise like a wave, threatening to sweep her away. Could any of this really work before winter's frost shuts down every corner of Cedar Grove? Evelyn meets her gaze and speaks, her words so gentle they crack Mary's defenses. Hope is built in small kindnesses. Let's start here. In that blink of dawn light, Mary feels the spark of something new. She gathers her breath and nods, the weight in her chest lifting just enough to whisper, "I'm with you." Outside, the first trickle of neighbors passes by, drawn by the promise of something stirring inside these walls. Evelyn hands Mary a list of names and dates. They step together into the bakery, ready to roll out plans like dough. The ovens hum to life, not yet baking bread, but kindling the warmth of possibility. Do you believe kindness can change everything? They work side by side in the dusty kitchen, flour flying like a silent celebration. Mary scrubs counters until they gleam, while Evelyn writes poetry prompts on the window panes with chalk borrowed from the Cedar Grove Elementary art room. Each line becomes an invitation for local writers, retirees, and teens to share their stories. Word spreads. Children press their noses to the glass, eager for afternoons spent measuring sugar and mixing batter. Reverend Cole offers the church courtyard next door for an open mic night. Mr. Play says, "Ed Deza G." Ramirez at the hardware store delivers fresh tools to fix the front steps. Suspense coils beneath the surface will ovens perform on opening night? Will the town answer their call? Yet every promise, every volunteer, feels like a brick laid in a new foundation. As evening settles, Mary locks the door and leans against it, arms crossed, heart pounding. The day's work has been a triumph of will, but victory teeters on the brink if no one comes. Evelyn stands beside her, silhouette framed by warm lamplight. Mary's voice falters as she confesses her terror. What if they don't show up? Evelyn's hand finds Mary's, firm and reassuring. We showed up today, that's the start. In that hush of shared breath, Mary tastes something she thought had vanished: trust. She exhales, meeting Evelyn's calm gaze, and dares to believe in tomorrow. How long has it been since you truly trusted again? On opening night, Sugar Willow glows like a beacon on Oak Avenue. Mary stands behind the counter, apron pressed smooth across her chest as the first bell rings to welcome a trickle of visitors. A young mother steps in shyly, holding her son's hand and a bouquet of wildflowers from Larkin Farms. He peers wide-eyed at the display cases, face alight with wonder. Behind them, an elderly couple exchange glances thick with memory. Perhaps they once brought their own children here, now returning to share a taste of home. Each ring of the door summons another story. The delivery driver from Summit Dairy carrying fresh milk. Ms. W., Harper, the librarian, pressing poetry chapbooks into Evelyn's arms. Sarah, the journalist from the Cedar Grove Chronicle, snapping photos for a front-page feature. The true test arrives when the ovens are told to produce golden croissants instead of heartbreak. Mary's heart thuds as she slides the first tray in. Silence gathers among the crowd until the aroma of buttery pastry drifts through the air and faces break into amazed smiles. The ovens respond, heat pulsing through steel, bread rising like new hope. Mary glances at Evelyn, who squeezes her hand, eyes shining with tears. The register rings, the room hums with murmured delight and whispered, "Thank yous." In that harmony of gratitude and relief, Mary lets herself hope without fear. Can you feel the warmth of community rise in your chest? Night after night, the bakery thrives. Mary and Evelyn share confidences amid flour-splattered counters. Mary admits the guilt that gnaws at her fear that she let Rose Barrett's legacy slip away on her watch. Evelyn reveals her own ache. Since her students graduated and Cedar Grove Elementary closed its doors for the day, she's wondered if her purpose had faded too. They sit at the old oak table. Candlelight weaving flickers across their faces and speak truths withheld for decades. Mary's tears fall soft, like rain on window panes. Evelyn's hands cradle Mary's, offering forgiveness, compassion, an unspoken pact of renewal. In those quiet moments, something sacred knits their souls together, a testament that healing occurs in vulnerability. When the seasons change, Sugar Willow stands stronger than ever. Its windows reflect every neighbor's face, and its ovens carry hope as surely as they carry bread. Poetry nights blossom beneath the string lights. Children leave with flour on their cheeks and pride in their steps. Mary often catches her grandmother's portrait hanging above the counter. Rose's eyes alive with the same fierce determination Mary now feels pulsing in her veins. Evelyn watches the life they built, her heart swelling with the knowledge that teaching never ends. It transforms, renews, and flourishes in unexpected places. On the night of the first winter snow, Mary steps outside and breathes in the chill air, warmed by the memory of every step she took to save this place. She looks at Evelyn and whispers, "We did it!" Evelyn smiles, her voice thick with gratitude. "You did it!" Mary turns her gaze to the viewer, the glow of bakery windows behind her. "Will you carry kindness with you wherever you go?" If this story moved your heart, please like and subscribe to The Kind Story, where kindness lives. Disclaimer: this story is an original narrative for The Kind Story, crafted by human writers with AI formatting support. It reflects realistic emotions and adheres to YouTube's community guidelines and monetization policies.